everybody, it's Jim with Reverb.com. Thanks for tuning in again. We are back with another pedal demo, and this time we are concentrating on the Sasori Fuzz made by SolidGoldFX. Great Canadian company, good buds of ours, and this is one of our favorite pedals. Sasori means scorpion in Japanese, which makes sense for two reasons. First, it's a super stingy fuzz. You can get some almost gated fuzz tones out of it, a lot of cool high-end information and fizzy and really cool. Second, it's inspired by the Shin-ei FY-2 Companion FY-2, which is a Japanese-made pedal. Super cool, hard to find. You can find them on Reverb, they just cost a lot of money. And this one solves a lot of the issues with that old vintage unit. First, let's start with the controls. Just like the FY-2, you have fuzz and you have volume, but you also have this tone knob here that allows you to dial in a broader range of tones than the original. Second, overall output of the pedal itself. This volume control has a lot more output than the originals do, which really helps if you're putting this on your pedal board and playing out on stage and worried about being drowned by cymbals. Third, the size of the enclosure is actually much smaller than the original, and the tone and volume knobs and everything are on the front instead of the back, so it's a lot easier to wield. This is also a custom silver sparkle finish that you can get exclusively on Reverb, so get them while they're hot. Fourth, and I already mentioned the price point, those original FY-2 circuits can be $600, $700, $800, even over $1,000 if they're in really good shape to some collectors. This little compact unit's gonna run you about 160 bucks. Fuzz pedals are a favorite pedal for psychedelic rock bands, sludgy doom, stoner rock bands. So I did grab a JM63 made by Nash Guitars, and I'm in C standard tuning. That's a full major third below what normal guitars are tuned at. I'm running into my personal Supro 210 Coronado, American style 6L6 driven amp, great amps. And we're mic'd up with a SM57 and a KSM 313 ribbon mic for a little bit more low end. Here's my dry signal. So for that Caius riff, I had the fuzz and volume at 12 o'clock, and I rolled back the tone knob to about 9 o'clock. Give it a little bit more girth, a little bit more low mids that were coming through. I always say fuzz pedals sound really great when you turn them all the way up, but this fuzz pedal actually sounds really great when you keep the fuzz all the way down. There's still a lot of really cool character. And these three knobs really are very interactive, so keeping the fuzz low really affects the way that this tone knob works. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep the fuzz all the way down. I'm gonna dial up the tone knob a little bit, all the way up to about 3 o'clock. I'm gonna give it a little bit more volume, again, up to a 3 o'clock. I'm gonna show you how you can maintain the clarity of chords with this fuzz pedal really well. So in that way, keeping the fuzz all the way down is almost like a boosted overdrive in a way, just with a little bit more character. One thing I'd like to mention is that bass players use a lot of fuzz pedals too, and specifically the Shin-ei Fuzz has been on a number of recordings, including one of my favorite bass lines, which is the Mixomatosis bass line from Radiohead's Hail to the Thief. So let me grab a bass and I'll show you what that riff sounds like through this pedal. So I grabbed my trusty 70s Univox High Flyer short scale bass, love this thing. And I'm gonna dial up the fuzz all of the way on this one, and as I mentioned, it is interactive with that tone knob, so I'm gonna pull back some of the high end, get into about 12 o'clock. I'm gonna goose the volume all the way. Let me show you what this sounds like. One last thing I'm going to mention is that this pedal can get kind of brassy when you take down the volume of your guitar. Not necessarily with the bass, but with the guitar. So I'm going to grab the Nash one more time. We're going to bring the boys back in, and we're going to play one of my favorite fuzz tunes. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. We hope you like what you heard. As always, feel free to let us know how we do in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest and greatest. Thanks again.